I met this woman there who was incredible with nutrition, and another dude, and we went over to Mexico. See, we were in San Diego, and we went to Mexico. We went to Tijuana for the night. It was wild. Like, we had so much fun. And then this dude's like, bro, I had a lot to drink. I cannot drive you back across to the United States. And this girl that's with us, she's like an attractive blonde, like probably 10 years younger than me. And I'm like, now I feel like I don't even know her. I feel like responsible now that I gotta get this lady and I back across the border.
Man, I've been following like dad accounts on Instagram. It's the best.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
All right, so give me a dad question then.
A dad question. It's a dad question. Damn, I don't know if I have those yet. People are probably gonna hate me for this, especially because I'm Italian, but I will put pineapple on my pizza.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. Feta, pineapple, and either tomatoes or ham. That's good stuff.
I am marrying pizza.
Yeah, 100%.
Pizza's my love. I listen to us and I say the word like 100 times. Like I just said it. Without it, that one was applicable. But the word I'm trying to say where it's no longer applicable, or it doesn't make sense, where it's just like
filler words.
Yeah. Filler word. And I just said it twice in the last paragraph. So this one appeared to be much that's a proper use of
It fell on your fingers?
Yeah, man. It falls on my fingers every single time we set up this the podcast. Dude.
Oh, that sucks.
It feels weird when we do the single one, like the one-on-ones, you and I, because the speaker ends up on the other side of my face, which is, I don't know why that's so odd. It's not like we've shot that many that it should.
Right.
But yeah.
You're just a seasoned pro now.
Yes, I am a very seasoned pro. Let's make that little adjustment here, make sure our dumbbells don't fall.
There we go.
We got like a nice studio, but we have a makeshift studio, no?
No, that's what makes it nice.
That's what makes it nice?
It's got the character.
You made the cafes today again? Yeah. This has become your thing?
I'm becoming the garage gym barista.
Colonial Coffee, shout out John Tregaskis and Colonial Coffee. I don't know if you've ever been to that place. It's like the best place to buy coffee.
It smells, I opened that bag and it was like heaven in a bag.
It's like some of the best espresso around, man. It's right here in Windsor, just off Howard, right near my other gym.
Really?
Yeah, we're at 2615 Howard Avenue, and they are like kind of like across and behind the mall, like Marintet, back behind the Devonshire Mall, like where Sport Check and stuff are. You don't go to Sport Check though.
No, I don't go to Sport Check.
Skateboarding stuff there.
Yeah. No, I typically buy pants and cut them into shorts for the summertime and wear my Vans.
Typically buy. Say that again.
I typically buy pants and cut them into shorts. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm missing out. I'm buying shorts. Jorts. I wear jorts almost all summer long. Today I can't rate my gym stuff because I am in such a rush and I'm going to hammer leg day after this.
Nice.
Sans you for this time. What's going on?
I got to get back. I'm trying to get back on my flow, so I went to the gym this morning.
Back in your flow. Wednesday's flow is podcast with me, legs with me. What part of that is like?
I don't know. I've been all over the place. Arizona, here, there. I'm flying around all over the place. So I'm trying to I got to get back to some sort of thing. But yeah, Wednesday is my plan. Yes.
All right. Well, let's start there. Arizona. That was kind of you're like, oh, I'm leaving Arizona tomorrow. I'm like, what?
Well, yeah, that's because so that's totally my fault.
I'm getting married. I'm going to Arizona tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, see ya.
So yeah, Arizona. Well, the reality with all of this really is Lisa has these trips booked, and because I am always paying so much attention. Just kidding, that's sarcastic. It's Lisa's hey, we're leaving for Arizona tomorrow, and I'm like, all right, when did we book this? She's like, I booked this 5 months ago or whatever it is, right? So it's everything's always new and fun to me.
It is. That's why I love having you on here. I say that all the time. Every time you come here.
Yeah. It's like my everything. It's who's that fish from Finding Nemo? Dory.
Yeah. No, for me, it's you every single day you just crawl out of that vagina. You just crawl out. You're like, what a wonderful world.
Wow, it's sunshine.
Look at this.
That's amazing. That's the best way to live, in my opinion.
Just
right
out every single day.
Yeah, everything is always brand new.
You're always in the best mood, though, man. I don't know. You talked about being in a bad mood and pulling your team down sometimes, but I have sometimes I see every once in a while I see you in a frustrated mood, but it never seems like a bad mood.
I mean, I'm always there's a thing as toxic positivity, right? That's an actual thing, and I would say that I'm a fairly positive person, but there's days where I almost have to trick myself into feeling good again. Being I'm in a burning building, sitting down, sipping my coffee, and it's nice and warm in here. It could be freezing, and I'm but the building's on fire, and it's I'm trying to find anything that's, something to kind of change the mood, or I'm trying to find something that's positive. And I don't think that that's the toxic positivity part. I think it's like, I don't really know. The toxic positivity part is like very arguable in my opinion, because like there is always a good side to it, right? Like to any situation. It's based on your perception, how you decide to look at the situation that's going to be the positive or the negative.
Well, trying to like constantly put out positivity.
Yes.
Can't be bad.
It can't be bad. And
it
like
can't be bad. It's got to rub off on somebody. It rubs off on me when you come in here, and I'm like, today I'm not having a bad day by any means. I'm not having the best day. I'm just really busy. However, when you come in and I see you and you're like, you're so excited to see me. I feel like, it's the same as, it's kind of like going home to my kids. They're always excited to see me. Like, that's the way you always make me feel. So I love that. So what did you learn up in Scottsdale? It seemed like this time was a lot more like, damn it. Like, I'm going to point this out now that listeners are never going to stop hearing it. I listen to us and I say the word like 100 times. Like I just said it. Without it, that one was applicable. But the word I'm trying to say where it's no longer applicable, or it doesn't make sense, where it's just like
filler words.
Saying, filler word. And I just said it twice in the last paragraph. So this one appeared to be much that's a proper use of more like a boot camp, I guess.
So we went to go see Andy Elliott in Scottsdale. This is our second time going to hang out with Andy Elliott and his team.
Level 2.
It wasn't level, like they have like these conferences all the time.
Okay.
But this is just our second time going. The energy that they have there, man, the culture that they have there is incredible. Like it is an amazing place to be around. Such high standards, and it's like eye-opening to be like, damn, I could be so much better. And that's what I really like about that. So their whole thing at their events is like, it's like everything is, you're not just business. You are becoming a better person. So that's faith, that's physical, that's mental, like it's business, it's your skill set. It's like everything is coming together. So they push that. So their conferences on day one, it was a boot camp, man. Like we ran up this massive hill. Honestly, the hills in Arizona are insane.
Was that the Camelback?
We weren't. That wasn't Camelback. We were around Camelback. Okay. I love Camelback Mountain. It's amazing. So nice.
It's just a fun way to start your day.
Yeah, it's just everything in Arizona. I love Arizona, man. But yeah, like it was like full blown boot camp, and it was hot, man. And I was like, I love it. I love the heat. I love how hot it is. It's almost it's an entire other. It's just a totally different feeling, that heat. It's not like the humid heat that we have here. It's like dry heat.
Funny story is Taser. I've talked about this before. Taser's headquarters in Scottsdale, Arizona. Mm-hmm. And when I was Taser was new to Canada, I was one of the master Taser instructors in Ontario. So I would get sent, and there was only a handful of us in the whole country. So I would get sent to Scottsdale because they had no courses yet in Canada. Now everybody has to go here.
Okay.
But I used to get sent to Scottsdale sometimes 4 or 5 times a year to take these courses
on
how
Scottsdale.
To teach Taser, on how to fix tasers, on how to do evidence, and all these different things. It was cool. So I'd get sent, and they're God damn it, I keep saying it. Yeah. The headquarters is very, very high tech and awesome, and they treat us like amazing customers. However, they were running this massive conference, their biggest conference of the year. They were holding it in the spring. And Scottsdale actually pays police officers better than most places in the States. In Canada, police officers get paid very, very well. In the States, dealing with all that chaos, they actually don't get paid well at all.
Oh, wow.
So Scottsdale was offering bonuses, and this is well ahead of this time. This is 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And the other chiefs of police had to approach Taser and say, listen, we're not sending people here in the spring anymore because too many people are transferring.
Because it's nice.
Because it's so beautiful. In the spring, it's nice. So beautiful.
Yeah.
So they started to hold this conference in August. We're getting sent down there at Taser in August, and I swear to you, I rented a bicycle and the tires popped. It was so hot, my tires popped.
Yeah, man. It's
insanity. We're in the middle of the desert at some golf resort that nobody wants to golf at because it's so death hot outside.
Yeah, it's so hot.
It was crazy. And even at night, you'd step outside and it was like you're in an actual oven. Yeah. The breakfast places had misters. Everything had water spraying everywhere. It was wild.
So it's so funny. We did a lazy river thing, and I had to walk across a parking lot, and it's like, okay, I'm going to a lazy river, so I'm not going to take my shoes. and I was with Taya, and she's like, "Are you not gonna have your shoes?" I'm like, "No, like the parking lot's not that big. I'm just gonna run, and if it's too hot, I'm just gonna run faster." And I shit you not, man. It was like walking on. It was like walking on a stovetop, and I'm like, holy shit, this is really hot. So I start walking faster, so at the point where I'm starting to run, but like the rocks, there was rocks on the road. It was the worst thing. I blistered my feet. Blistered, bro. I had blisters on my toes, everything. I completely burnt my feet. The parking lot was maybe 100 meters, maybe at the very that's probably bigger than it was. It was like maybe 50 cars. And I'm like, oh my, jumping around trying not to burn my feet. And like, I got to the other side and then had to walk across a sand pit. Oh my goodness. My feet were blistered, man. It was crazy.
So what you got to do is, I flew into Vegas one time, and this is pre-Danny. This is like 15, almost 20 years ago. Flew into Vegas, rented a car, drove first, and I did car camping and backcountry. So I would do, and it's July, so it's hot as balls, but it's easy to get in everywhere because the camping passes. So rented like a Jeep Cherokee, brought my tent, brought all my gear, my backpacking stuff, and I would go sleep in the tent, but have the car. You know, you got the cooler, you have some luxuries when you're car camping, even if you're doing it in a tent. And then, you know, after the morning of that, we would go into the wilderness for, 2-3 days. So I did like Zion National Park, Bryce Canyon, Canyonlands, Devil's Arches, the Petrified Forest. I did them all. Yeah. Arches. It was just absolutely incredible. It's insane. There was no water to be had in these backcountry. So we were having to carry, like, you need about 8 liters or 8 ounces. One of those two. I haven't backpacked in a bit. But you need to carry that much water with you to kind of stay. And you're not just that, like, you're hiking up like canyons. Like, Grand Canyon obviously was the culmination of the trip. Mm-hmm. And the amount of weight we were carrying, so it's like that weighs roughly 30 pounds in water. So it's like, all right, should I carry this water and not die, or should I dump this water and not die? And to the point where the heat was so bad, where after we started getting used to just getting up at like 4 a.m. and hiking under the stars for the first while, and when it was actually kind of cool outside. But on that trip, I lost something like 24 or 25 pounds.
Just sweating.
I was probably holding like 210, 215. I was a lot bigger then when I was a young SWAT guy, but like, still, it was wild the amount of weight that I lost just hiking and then ending the trip in Vegas and partying like a madman. What a trip though, man. You guys definitely have to try some of those parks. And in Nevada and a lot of the states, you can just, as long as you're 100 yards off it's 100 yards or 100 meters, you have to look it up. Maybe it's 100 feet off the road. You can camp anywhere that's crown land, and a lot of that stuff out there is crown land. So you could just pull your car over and set up a tent.
Man, that's so in Utah, we saw a lot of that too. Like, there's people just camping everywhere. Side of the road, side of the river, side of the mountain, side of, like, people just camping everywhere. They don't like, these states are amazing. Utah, Arizona. I haven't really spent much time in Nevada, just airport stuff, but like, man, those states are incredible. The amount of fun stuff to do, and everything is awesome. I love it. Like, I literally, if I could move anywhere, it would be Arizona.
We were going to these national parks. We had a national parks pass. So it was worth it for us to buy it for that trip. Mm-hmm. However, we were going and camping in these actual campgrounds and doing day hikes and stuff when we weren't doing the backcountry. I think for like $8 a day. And it was like honor system. You would put your money in an envelope and put it in a slot. I don't know that they still have that. That's how old I am.
I don't know.
However, it was intense and amazing. So I saw Taya there was ice bath, the Rihanna Mountain. Anything else we missed?
The ice bath was insane. Like,
you had to do the ice bath too?
I jumped in the ice bath.
What was the premise? Like, what was the standard? You had to achieve something?
No, it was just like that. The ice bath was set up like product. People like, there's like the Jaws or Sizer guys were there.
Oh, yeah. Tell them to send them our clip. I'm releasing that one tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you should. I got one now too. I was using it earlier today. My face is all.
Oh, it looks swole. It looks swole.
Yeah, you see that? I've been working out my cheeks. But yeah, like the what do you call the mouth tape, whatever, hostage tape guys are there. Like there's a bunch of companies like that there. So there's just like some intense workout, and then the next day is the conference. It was so fun, man. The workout was awesome. Like, it was a good time.
The conference put you out of your comfort zone at all? Make you do any kind of improv or any kind of speech or nothing like that?
No, it wasn't. It's just like, actually Dean Graziosi was there. He showed up, which was pretty sick. That was actually one of the highlights for me. It's just It's good, man. These guys preach like stuff that I like. You know, it's like family. It's like um, becoming your best self. There's a lot of motivating, pushing, talking kind of thing. That was like a lot of what that conference was specifically this time. It was good. It was good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So for us, when we're talking about going to those conferences, I just love them. I love that the people that you get to meet, and
Yeah.
and you leave there with such great connections across like the United States and even into Canada, Europe. The last one I was on, and funny, like I met this woman there who was incredible in nutrition, and another dude, and we went over to Mexico. See, we were in San Diego, and we went to Mexico. We went to Tijuana for the night. It was wild. Like we had so much fun. But like talk about like everybody says how not safe that is.
Yeah.
We went. The dude was like at my table was from Mexico. The girl next to me was from Germany. He's like, I want to go to Tijuana. He's like, let's go. And this girl had been to like 60 countries. She's like, yeah, she just wants to add another check mark to her list.
Yeah.
So we go to Tijuana, hang out. We go to his like friend's house. It's like we're not doing normal Tijuana. We're not doing like American spring break Tijuana. We're like in Tijuana.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Like with the locals.
End up at this like what do they call those speakeasy, where we had to go in an alley and like bang on the door. We went for real tacos. Then we go to the speakeasy. We're in there, and then this dude's like, bro, I had a lot to drink. I cannot drive you back across to the United States. And this girl that's with us, she's like an attractive blonde, like probably 10 years younger than me. And I'm like, now I feel like I don't even know her. I feel like responsible now that I gotta get this lady and back across the border. And the border, when you come in, there's no like stop. You just drive, and there's people with machine guns, and they just kind of randomly stop cars. There's no like customs. But when you go back, it's like on TV. You have to stand in line. And there's all these people with suitcases. They're rolling, dressed in cowboy hats. And then there's like us, like
hammered.
Yeah. And coming across like dressed like we were going out, and then coming up, and like now I'm at customs, and the American can't get his head around like she's German. He lets her go right through. Like there's no relation with us. We're just standing with each other. So she just goes, and I'm like, oh nice. I'm like worried about getting you across.
Yeah, you're good now.
And now I'm getting drilled because I flew in from Detroit that morning. So he's like, you're from Canada. Americans aren't always the best versed with their like geography of Canada, least, right? Like you're telling you were in Detroit this morning, you came from Canada. Now that you went to San Diego to Mexico back, all in one day. And I'm like, when you put it that way, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it. I'm trying to explain this.
Yeah.
But man, what a wild trip. But I'm still hanging out with this guy. Will probably listen to this podcast and laugh. I still hang out with this guy, or not hang out, but social media hang out, like chat with him and shoot tips back and forth.
That's crazy, man. But yeah, you've done some crazy traveling. Like the story, you got some good stories for sure.
Yeah, here and there. That's what comes to the old age.
Yeah. I'm working on it.
So what's next one? Did you already book another?
We're just going up to Muskoka with Lisa's parents for their 40th wedding anniversary this next month. So that's the next one. And after that, we don't got anything booked. So we'll see.
Very awesome.
Yeah.
When you were gone, I was gone too. I headed up to Collingwood.
Yeah.
So I was up in Collingwood with Steve Nashes, who's been on this podcast before. Steve Nash. I call him Nashes, so I messed that part up. He's like a retired lieutenant colonel from JTF2, which is like our version of the Navy SEALs.
Okay.
So he runs a tactical team leader course in Collingwood, and there's an Ontario tactical conference that goes on there. So there's like 20 courses going on at one time, and like a trade show and all that. They probably have similar in your industry. And so I went and did a guest speech out there, and it went really well. But I was up there for only 30 hours. And when I first got there, we had dinner. Then we went out into the mountain, and we woke up like all the students, let's call them. They're veteran grizzled cops, but we took them all out into the woods and made them do all this stuff. We woke them up at midnight, made them stay up, and it was like blast.
Yeah.
Made them stay up until 5 a.m, doing all this crazy stuff, this obstacle course, teamwork.
Yeah.
Some real brain teasers that they had to work together to figure out when they're exhausted.
Yeah.
It was so fun, but I forgot how exhausting that is on my end.
Yeah, that's a lot of driving.
We're up an hour before them too, because we know that we're waking up. So we get up, we brush our teeth, we have coffee, we make sure we got our kit and all that stuff together, our safety plans and all that stuff. And then after we put them to bed, we also got to clean all the gear up, make our plans. So I ended up only sleeping like an hour and a half, and then having to do my presentation, and then drove all the way home. But
that's insane.
It went awesome. My presentation went really, really well. And it was nice to practice, and that's where I was getting into this public speaking thing, and I have to improve it. I think we should come up with like a charity when we say the like out of context, we should donate like 50 cents or something somewhere. Not
Damn.
$1.
You're going to have to like go back and listen because it's hard to even, I think I just said it. It's hard to even notice it when you're saying it.
I think it's got to be out of context though.
Out of context.
We should make my son. We'll make my son count
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
He will
yeah.
gladly count it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to rip on us.
There you go. I'm down. We could do that. That'd be cool. I think that'd be great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, speaking of vacations, you don't have much time to be going on vacations.
I do not have
there
much
was
time.
I've been sitting on this for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
A couple of episodes, and we talked about you guys
Yeah.
getting married, but we got to talk about the bigger news.
Yeah.
Which is?
Which we're having a baby. Lisa and I are having a baby.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Crazy, man. It's crazy. We got about 4 months before he or she is here. We find out soon.
You're going to find out?
We're going to find out.
Oh, really? I can't
Yeah.
talk you out of it?
No, you'd be the second person in 2 days that I've tried to talk us out of it. We definitely want to know. We've been hearing a lot of like both sides though. Like
You're not a planner.
Bro, it's different now. It's different now. I want to know if I gotta buy blue shoes or pink shoes.
You're just going to cut some pants for this kid.
Oh yeah.
Cut some pants shorter.
Yeah. You do some short shorts with a little one, with little baby thighs.
Well, that's exciting. How pumped are you?
Oh, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. The story is crazy. Maybe we'll tell it one day in here.
Yeah, we'll get into that another day.
Yeah.
When we're closer to the time, and maybe with Lisa involved, I think we'll save that one.
That would be great, man. Yeah, we would love to tell you guys the whole story because the whole story is big. It's a big story. But yeah, we found out 3 weeks ago now that she was 17 weeks pregnant. So there's definitely a big surprise. But she's definitely pregnant.
Well, it was a big surprise to me. I didn't see it coming when you guys were with the chit chat we had, and you were telling me all of this, and my mom's sitting there, and I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, I know.
Most awkward thing, which we will get into all at another time. But man, huge congratulations!
Thanks.
Felt's become part of the best club in the world, in my opinion. Fatherhood.
Oh, that's
Can't
amazing.
talk about motherhood. I'm sure it's great. It's probably better in a lot of ways. It's coming right out of you.
Yeah.
But fatherhood is freaking amazing.
I can't wait, man. I've been following like dad accounts on Instagram. It's the best.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
All right. So give me a dad question then.
A dad question. It's a dad question. Damn, I don't know if I have those yet.
Got none yet, hey?
I don't know. I might have to think about what a good dad question would be. Maybe one will cross my mind.
Don't buy the man breast thing. All right, I don't want you. Kick you off the show if you start doing that.
Just start rolling up. I mean, I'm getting them naturally. I gotta get out.
Well, you're skipping the workout today, so whatever.
Yeah. Damn it, that's my bad. I don't think I'm gonna have to buy a man breast thing. I'm gonna be all right.
Good. I don't want you doing that feeding thing like that.
Yeah. That's funny, man. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I'm gonna have tons of questions. I'll have to ask you.
You're gonna have to are you gonna build all this stuff? Is it gonna be like maybe that's the next big breakthrough for your business?
Could be
Fazio line
of cribs. The crib.
Yeah,
the crib is gonna be the one. I thought about the crib already. I thought about that.
Bold.
Yeah. It's a big old crib castle. No, I don't really know exactly what it's gonna be yet, but the crib is definitely something that I want to build. Furniture wise, that's what I'm thinking. That's the one thing for sure. So
good, man. All right, so we got the Morning Wood, starting it a little bit late in our episode, but the Morning Wood sponsored by Mike DeFazio, my co-host. Reclaim Artistry sponsors this segment of the episode, and that's just where we take questions from our listeners.
Yes.
Now, it started the first couple of episodes as questions from us because we didn't know if we had any listeners. But
Yeah.
it turns out we do.
We have listeners.
Because every time I post these, we get some great questions.
Good.
So a couple people asking to be anonymous. Anonymous. Idiots trying to figure out what this is. Don't ask us to spell it. All right, well, the first one doesn't want to be anonymous. This is coming in from the Mrs. Smith, so I apparently she listens. I don't know that she actually listens or she just messes with us on Instagram.
Yeah, she just wants to know what your answer is.
All right, so Mike and Tony.
Okay.
Marry, fuck, or kill? Chips, ice cream, pizza. So you know how to do this?
I got you
gotta pick one.
I'm so lost. Okay.
One you gotta marry.
Okay.
One you gotta fuck.
Okay.
So I'm a little one-nighter there, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
And I know you're into love.
Yeah.
Back in the day, maybe you would think about these things. And pizza. So you got chips, ice cream, pizza. One you gotta marry. One you gotta kill, stab, and one you gotta sleep with for one night and one night only.
It's pizza, chips, and
In our
what?
case, that's probably only a few minutes.
Yeah, a couple seconds.
Yeah.
2 pump chump.
Same.
Yeah.
Who am I kidding? Okay, so chips, ice cream, pizza.
Ooh, damn.
Let's start with chips. What are you gonna do with chips?
Killing chips.
Killing chips.
Don't eat them.
Killing chips.
That's not my jam. Chips have never been my jam.
Oh, with these guys, I think I gotta kill chips as well. I love chips. What kind of chips would you go for? You're going for a number one. What kind of chips are you going for? Before you kill it, you gotta pick a beautiful chip before you kill it. Right?
Fine. There's one brand of chips I actually like. I don't even know what the name of them is, but it's just like a nacho.
Mike, see what I mean? He crawls out of the vagina.
Nachos.
Eats a chip, crawls back in, forgets all about it. Next day, it's just as good.
It's just a good chip
Except
every
he does
day.
want to kill it. All right, I'm going with kill chips too. Not because I don't love chips. It's like I feel like she knows me well and put all of my Fat Tony stuff on here in once is making me choose.
Bro, I'm with you on it.
Okay, so now kill is gone. So you have to either marry or screw ice cream. Try not to swear. We're not on the radio anymore. We stopped with that, so I guess we can drop as many swear words as we want. Except for when my son's gonna do the like count.
Yeah, we're gonna. I would say, as much as I wouldn't want it to happen, I would screw ice cream.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good because that means you're gonna like indulge for like right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Indulge right now in that ice cream. Like smash it. Last night on the way home from baseball, my youngest Brian, there was his first travel game that I got to go see.
Oh, nice.
Smoked the ball to the fence, this little guy. Anyways,
nice.
I wanted it to be special. I'm always with his brother at baseball, so I don't get to see him much play. And it was like, oh, you did this, let's go have ice cream. Right?
Yeah.
And it was like, smash that ice cream. Actually, me and Colt got ours first. It was supposed to be for Braun. He was later in line because he had to go to the bathroom or whatever. And me and Colt were already done our ice creams before. So I guess that is the one that I'm going to smash is my ice cream. So we are definitely on the same page. And 100% I am marrying pizza.
Yeah, 100%.
Pizza's my love.
And not even that, like you can do so many different ways, you know?
Yeah, like what's your way?
Honestly, man, people are probably going to hate me for this, especially because I'm Italian, but I will put pineapple on my pizza.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Feta, pineapple, and either tomatoes or ham. That's good stuff, bro.
Yeah, I enjoy pineapples on the pizza. Wouldn't be my first choice.
No?
I like the hot peppers, like some kind of like maybe roasted red pepper, even a little bit of feta, something like that. I like those ones, but
yeah,
there's a guy, we've had him on the show. We should get him on again because you love pizza and I
okay.
love pizza, or maybe do one of those live ones we're talking about doing.
There we go.
So Professor Zav, you heard of this guy?
Yeah, the guy. He's Armando's. Isn't
Yeah,
he? Yeah.
This dude makes the best, and he makes a Detroit style pizza right here at Amherstburg,
nice.
Amherstburg. And it is outstanding. He has different ones every week. You gotta try them.
Let's go.
It's not like a deep dish. The Detroit style is like, well, you're a tool guy, except for you're not a mechanic. But the mechanic dishes, they have.
Okay.
That's why it's called Detroit style, because the auto industry.
Okay.
And he makes it's unreal. But apparently you gotta order it. He sells out. He can because the dough takes like 30 hours. He only has limited quantities.
That's fancy.
So it's like a hit around here. We should definitely order that.
Yeah, I'm down. You call at least sign me up. Let's go.
Fat Tony, Fat Mike,
Yo, bro.
Prego Lisa. Let's definitely sign that down, right?
That's actually so funny, bro. Yeah, her diet lately is hilarious to me. She just wants to eat like watermelon and like bagels.
Is she getting that as cravings?
Yeah.
Yeah? I remember one night Danny was like, can you make me some waffles with blueberries? And I'm like, yeah, all right. Like, in the middle, like, it's like 8 p.m. and she's eating waffles with blueberries. And like Eggos, like not even real waffles.
Not even the
like
good.
Eggos.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Eggos
Specifically Eggos.
It is funny. Like, you think that's only for TV, but it is actually real.
Yeah, it's hilarious, man.
All right, here's from Unanimous. Oh, here you go. Dad question.
Nice. Here we go. Teach me well.
What? This one's from, actually, no, it doesn't say names. This is from Carrie, not sure what her first name is, or last name, sorry. But it's going to be one of the most important qualities you hope to instill in your children. Something to start thinking about as a father-to-be. What are you thinking?
Damn. I mean, manners. I guess I don't know.
Manners, okay.
Because I mean, like the sir, the ma'am, which is kind of like respect too. Because like I call everybody sir. I say hey man, hello ma'am, like hello sir. Like I know what I mean. Like I like saying that, and I think it's a respect thing. Because sometimes I say that to people and they're like, don't call me sir, call me Dave. I'm like, shut up, I'll call you sir. But I don't know, like that's something that I feel like got lost a few generations ago, and like I kind of like bringing that back.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, it was always Mr. DeFazio, Mr.
Yeah,
Smith.
see, I like that.
And I feel like most children just call me Tony, and it's not because I asked them to, it's because their parents allow them to. I don't mind it, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But my children, you've noticed, they're not allowed to call you Mike.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Mike.
Yeah, Mr. Mike. Yeah, yeah.
Might not. I think it's easier than them.
That's the cutest thing I ever heard, bro.
But it is Mr. Everybody.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Mike, Mr. Dean, or Uncle Dean. Mr. This, Mr.
Yeah.
That, Mrs. That. By their first name, which is like not our generation of growing up, I guess, but it's also not the new generation.
Right.
Something's a piece of respect. I think that I still like to instill in my kids.
Yeah, do you think that's like a respect thing, or is it like a manners thing? Like, which would you? I don't know. Maybe those
Well,
two.
respect and manners, probably.
It's kind of like both the same.
There's
Yeah.
a gray line in there.
Yeah.
For me, it's more of a respect and a manner. But I'm big on the manners, the please and thank yous, the holding the door for your mom.
Oh, absolutely. Like that's the stuff. Like
I'm very big on hold the door for any woman. Like when my boys
absolutely.
see the car pull in, I don't have to ask. They're already outside helping bring in the groceries, or you know, going to Noah's car and making sure, even Gramps' car, making sure that they don't need help with anything, or if they do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big one. But for me, I guess instilling what do I want to instill? I think confidence has got to be the number one for me. I just feel like confidence just gets you so much further in everything. It's just such a hard thing to build on, because to get confidence, you have to have so much failure and push through it. So coaching a kid through failure and letting them fail is one of the
you have to
hardest
let
things
them
as a
fail
parent
first
to do.
Yeah.
I said to Danny the other day, I'm trying to make a conscious effort of it was Omar that kind of inspired this. Remember, he said every chef's going to have the same recipe and they're going to do it differently.
Yeah.
It's all going to taste delicious. I find I do with my boys too much is, I say, hey, go do this little project. And then I tell them how to do it rather like I let them start. And then I jump in and I tell them how to do it rather than just let them go and figure it out. And I don't want them to lean on me so much. Their ideas, I got to let them push their ideas.
Let them get creative, man. Like they might even do it better than you.
Probably.
Hey, we wouldn't even know how to turn this computer on.
We wouldn't have this. The GoPro wouldn't be working for my kid, I guess.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we hit record this time, right? That's a good start.
Yeah, we did it. See, we're on a roll, man. We're learning.
Better than last time.
Yeah.
Have you and Lisa had any of these kind of deep conversations yet? Have you thought about this? Like, how are we going to raise our kid? Like, what do you...
I mean, the homeschool thing is probably the only thing we need to talk about. And that's, So, like...
We got a long time for that.
We got a long time for that. But you know what, man? Like, it's cool because we're such on the same page with everything already. It's like, it's not a question. Like, we just look at each other. It's like, we already know where we're going.
It's very cool that what you two have, but Danny and I don't have, is like, you both have a skill, like a very tangible skill. I'm not saying Danny and I don't have skills, but, bench press and shooting.
Yeah.
A little bit different. But you guys have a very tangible skill. Her with the music and you with, like, the woodworking. That is a very, very tangible skill. I was talking to a guy in the gym the other day, garage gym, actually, we call him, and he was talking about he's a very successful businessman. He's getting up there in age now, and he's started doing some painting. And we're just thinking, like, man, if I don't have that skill, but if I could just paint, I could probably make an easier, more comfortable living than I can running 3 gyms.
Bro, painting is the one thing I will never do.
Right?
I can't.
But any kind of skill like that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you could just do something that's kind of like a skill,
dude.
Painting, whether that's mudding some drywall, like whatever that might be.
Yeah.
How comfortable could you live?
I don't know. So like I mean I'm a big fan of like the trades, right? Because like I feel like learning a trade, like a physical trade, is the ultimate job security. You will always be able to make side money. You will always be able to do something for someone to help somebody out in a pinch. Like I'm all about the trades, man. Like it's like whether that's pouring cement, building a table, fixing
cement,
like fixing
one.
Masonry, like masonry and cement.
The tree, the arborist.
Yeah, tree cutting.
My trees in my yard.
Yeah.
Like, who can do that, man?
Yeah, it's crazy.
If you can do that, like you could pretty much charge whatever you want, because I can't get up there.
Yeah, man, it's like so. Like the trades are awesome, and that because you take that skill with you the rest of your life. Like there's been days I like question what I'm doing career wise, and I'm like, well, it's all good whether I decide to stay, whether I decide to leave, whether I decide to switch it up for a little bit, take a break, whatever. I'm going to have my skills forever. Like I know how to build stuff now. And that's the cool part. Like it's just a skill I can put in the back pocket. It's amazing.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And do you think that that'll be something that you will? Can you see yourself? So say, I mean, son or daughter? Do you think that's a funny question? That's maybe a little deeper of a podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
But can you see yourself kind of pushing daughter towards music, son towards your trade, or do you see it going kind of both ways?
I mean, I don't know yet, right? Like everyone keeps asking me boy or girl, and like the reality is, I'm gonna be stoked with whatever happens.
Right.
But
healthy.
Healthy is exactly the word.
Should be, in my opinion, that should be the only concern of a new parent.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, like that's all that we want is a healthy baby. But I don't know. I mean, I think either way, I'm gonna teach whichever one, like a boy or girl, whatever, how to do building. Like even Lisa was growing up painting and doing renovations and like tiling and stuff. Like she knows how to do all that stuff too.
Yeah,
so
Lisa's like jet skis and motorcycles.
It's so intense, man.
Not your typical woman, that's for sure.
No.
When I first met her, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know. Me too. I'm like, who are you? I'm like, whatever's happening here, I need more of it, and I ended up winning. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't have a preference to that. I think because I know Lisa, when Lisa was younger, her mom started teaching her piano at like 2 years old. It's like you don't even know how to read yet, but you can start reading music.
Right.
Music is just another, like reading music is just another language. It's really cool stuff, man.
Have you still been playing? Have you still been learning the piano?
No, I stopped.
Just to meet Lisa.
yeah. My mission was accomplished when I started playing piano at Elite. Just to meet Lisa.
God damn, this is the most I've ever spent to meet a girl.
Yeah. No, it was cool. So I started going to piano lessons because of Lisa. And then when I was there, I actually really enjoyed learning piano, so I kept doing it. And then I got denied for like 8 months. She denied everything, trying to hang out with Lisa, trying to do whatever. I got denied 1,000 times. And then she got caught with an Airbnb that was a very expensive Airbnb with no one else to come. And then that's where you and I went up to Collingwood and we went snowboarding with her, and like all of our friends, like we hijacked her vacation. All of my friends came up and we had a rager in Collingwood, and ever since that day we hung out every single day, and it's been years now.
Hilarious.
So it's amazing. Yeah.
So Mike's in the back of my truck. So you guys listening, we're heading up to Collingwood. I don't know anybody. Literally, you're the only person I know. And Taya, fondly, because I worked with her father. That's how old I felt all of a sudden on this trip.
Yeah, dude,
I had only met her when she was probably 8 years old.
Yeah.
And all you guys are in my truck. I'm driving up, and your phone rings.
Yeah.
And you had already told me, you're like, hey, we're going with my piano teacher. She's hot. I want to try to move along with her.
Yeah.
You actually said in a very polite way. You didn't say anything dirty, so let's not like make it seem like you're a creep.
Yeah.
That's not true. So, well, maybe you are, but you weren't in that regard.
Yeah.
She's in the back seat next to you.
Yeah,
and the phone rings, and you answer FaceTime.
It was FaceTime. Weird,
yeah. I would never answer speakerphone with all these people in the car, but you don't care about stuff like that. So you're your typical self talking to your buddy.
Yeah.
And you say, yeah, I'm just heading up to Collingwood. And it's like your buddy did not know you were on FaceTime, because he goes, with that chick that you think is hot, your piano teacher?
Yeah.
And she's like, pardon?
And I was like, bro, it got real hot in that truck real quick.
I remember making eye contact with you in the rear view. Like,
I look up.
I'm like, this is going to go one of two ways. And it went the right way. She loved it. She loved it. She's like, oh my.
She grabbed the phone. She was like, I'm the piano teacher. So funny.
And
so
your buddy was like, yeah, he thinks you're hot. I'm like, oh my God, he might have just like really sealed the deal for you.
Yeah. Oh man. I just remember it got real hot in that truck. Like I was like, damn, I'm sweating already. I'm sweating. I'm looking over at you in the rearview mirror. My eyes are like falling out of my head. So funny.
I remember you guys hang up and it's like kind of quiet in the truck, and I go, well, that was awesome. And everybody just bursts out into laughter.
Yeah, I know, man. It's so funny. That was a great trip.
That was an unbelievable trip.
Unreal.
Oh man, so garage gym. So we're done with the actually no, I do have one more question about the garage gym. I wanted to tell you. So we got our red carpet is tomorrow night for the 6WT.
Love it.
Dude, we have the most insane result. I wish I could say it, because by the time this airs, I'll be able to say who the winner was. Maybe we'll get the winner on the show. But we have the most insane results I have ever seen on this program. This is our 10th time running the program. We might have done this one the most simple of any program, just proving that you don't need this magic formula. You need consistency. You and I talk about it all the time. and follow through. That's mental toughness. That's what my whole talk was about last week. So my talk was about when I go away next week is consistency and follow through is mental toughness. And these people did it, and the results are wild. Like from first place to 20th place is like the matter of like decimal points.
Damn.
And it's for a trip to Mexico.
Damn. So this is like there's high competition with this one.
Yeah, we've got trip to Mexico that Danny and I are giving away. We've got 3 dry culture bags, which is like you would love these. These are like it's a company that somebody in our gym, Marcita and Jesse, great couple. They have this company. It's like dry bags, but it's like a real backpack, so you can bring it out. Like I'm bringing mine to Mexico.
Okay.
So we get torrential downpours constantly when we're out backpacking. The kids and I now can actually have our stuff dry and not worry about it.
Nice.
So 3 bags being donated, top 3. We got macro foods. Omar's throwing in something, and you.
Yes.
What are we doing?
We're gonna do charcuterie board.
Okay.
I got a nice big one we're gonna bring in.
Sick. Can we get this guy's name on it or
Yeah.
girl? Like I'm not sure which place will get what.
Yeah, we can engrave it. We can have a nice big
Little
engraving.
logo and their name.
Yeah, we could do the name. We could do garage gym. Like we can put like I can make it. We can make it say exactly what it is, like the actual date, like the 10th annual whatever 6WT or whatever. Like we can make that. We can make it say that.
I am pumped, man. I'm so like pumped about all this stuff. So thank you very much.
Yeah,
People,
of course,
I cannot
man.
wait to announce this. I cannot wait to show the results. And man, just ultra pumped. I'm just so.
It's
stoked.
amazing. I love hearing like the success of your people like that. That's so sick. There's that many. They're fighting.
Yeah.
For like the scores are that close. That's a good game.
Yeah, like I'm talking people like man. I did a testimonial on social media last night. Like it's just one that somebody sent me randomly, like talking about this is the best challenge ever. We have so many people who have done so many of them because they love it.
Right.
We had so many rookies this time, so we're giving out Rookie of the Year awards. We're giving out a Legacy Award
Nice.
for someone who's been doing focused on nutrition for over a long period of time. And then we're giving out the winners, and I think we're even gonna raffle off like another gift card for Mexico.
Nice.
Just some like a chunk of money that somebody could put towards the Mexico trip.
Okay.
Danny and I are going to Mexico next week too, so we're even more excited because it's like we're heading this trip, and then we're gonna go and videotape everything and send it to whoever we want to be like, look, you gotta come here, you gotta come here, you gotta come here.
That's sick.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
That's great, man.
Cannot wait.
Yeah.
All right, so last question we got, and then we'll probably be about time to wrap it up. But this one's right up your alley, I think, man. This is from Kev. Thoughts on the next generation of entrepreneurs and their success rate?
Damn. You know what? It's been.
I feel like you're about to get grim there.
It's very interesting, man, because I feel like a lot of people have a very low expectation for that group of people, for this group of young ones, and I don't really think it's anything different. I mean, I don't even know what generation. What generation am I? I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know. What am I?
I have no idea.
Was I Generation
You're
X?
like 1800s, bro.
I know. But like, was that Generation X?
I don't know. I don't
Were
know.
you Generation? I don't even know, man.
I don't know.
I never get that thing.
I'm 32.
I'm just gonna say, let's say 40s, 30s, 20s.
Yeah, 40s,
So
30s, 20s.
let's say next generation would be like the
20s.
rolling into their 20s.
Dude, it's crazy. I get co-op kids in my shop now, and they're like, yeah, I was born in 2015.
Who, Kevin?
And I'm like, what? Like,
Kevin,
what the fuck? Yeah. I'm like,
Kevin,
bro,
I know you're listening.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
guy is like, if I just said his name, he's probably screaming. This guy's like the biggest fan of the
yeah, he's
most
amazing.
excitable guy. I
He's,
love him.
he's just like the most
You're
stoked
co-op.
about everything. He's amazing. Yeah.
Sick.
So like, I always gotta ask these young kids, like, do you know what the Lion King is? And they're like, yeah. How would I not know that? I'm like, bro, that came out like before I was born. How do you even know what the Lion King is? Anyway, just like this. I think it's funny. No one else thinks it's funny.
Yeah, I didn't get it. Maybe somebody listening chuckled.
Nah, whatever.
Anyway,
Yeah, my jokes aren't funny all the time, okay? So the new generation. So I'll tell you a story about like when I was just starting. So I started my business. I started getting serious with my business at like 23, and I was building furniture for 4 years before that. So I was building furniture in my teens. My 19-year-old Mike was building furniture. And 23, 24, I started getting serious. Like I started, actually building a business, actually building furniture, actually starting to make money. I bought my building at 24. Like I started to take my success serious a lot earlier than a lot of my friends. And I lost all my friends. Like I one at a time, they just fell off, man. And so I don't really know if it's anything different. I think that there's groups of people, And when you're in high school, you got like 1,000 friends. You got like all the friends in the world, I feel like. And as the years go on, you start to like, it starts to get lonely because you're the only one working, right? And I think this is something that the younger generation, like, I think there's always been a grim future for the generation below us. Like, I feel like every generation is like, oh, these kids don't work like we used to. All these kids don't work like we used to. And I think we're just kind of, it's going down the line. It's going down like the timeline, I guess, because people don't need to work like we used to. We don't work like we used to, like you and I. Like, the way that we work now isn't the same as 5 years ago. Like, I was explaining something to Lisa the other day. Like, I remember when I had to pre-download the directions or print off the directions to go drive in the States, like, because I didn't know how to get anywhere. Like, we don't work like we used to. So, of course, the next generation isn't going to work like we used to.
Man, I used to go on road trips before MapQuest even.
See, that's sick, man. You get, like, the
Danny,
5-foot map.
How did I find my way around before?
It's amazing.
Like, we're going to my kids' baseball tournament in, like, Milton, GTA. How would I have found this diamond before I used Waze?
Yeah.
And before MapQuest was easy, at least it wrote it down, but you're trying to read those little directions. It says every exit pot. Like,
yeah.
How did we do that? Like,
I don't know.
Alone with the map, you got the big map, then you got to fold to get to the little map.
Yeah.
And you would take, because the maps were so not detailed, remember, you would take like one road. Like, it'd be like the equivalent of driving Yonge Street for like 40 kilometers, stopping at every light
oh,
to
man,
get to where you're going, because like, you couldn't figure it out.
Yeah. So funny.
So sorry, I cut you off on that.
No, it's all good because yeah. It's just like, no, do I think the younger generation is going to be successful? Yes. Do I think that they're going to do it like we did? Honestly, if they did it like we did, they're going to get smoked.
Right. I agree with you there. I think the success rate will probably be the same because I feel like entrepreneurs, there's a few different types, and I'm not labeling this in any way other than what I know from my own experience. I feel like there's the type who aren't going to succeed and there's the type who are going to succeed.
Right.
Like, that at the end of it is the 2 days. There's like the dreamers and then there's the action takers.
Yeah.
Which are probably dreamers that are putting their action into
the courageous ones.
Manifest. We always talk about, I'm not the big fan of manifest, although I do believe it. I just feel like the value comes in the work between
100%
current place, manifestation. There's all the work that's got to be done in between, and those are the people that are going to succeed.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, what you're getting at is like those entrepreneurs, and what good entrepreneurs do is they find a way or they make a way.
Yeah.
And so that's what it comes down to.
I don't remember who said it. I don't remember which guy said it, but it was, act your way into feeling because you'll never feel your way into action. You're never going to dream and feel your way into acting something. You have to start with action, and then you'll start to feel it. You'll start to feel like the success. You'll start to feel the accomplishment. You'll start to feel like you're actually getting somewhere. Because if you just feel it, all you're going to do is design or dream. You're just going to dream and dream and dream. And it's funny because I was talking to one of my coaches yesterday, and we were talking about all these things that are happening in my life. And I'm like, I feel like I'm sitting at the wheel of fortune and I spin it and it just never stops because I haven't decided which direction. I'm in like this giant phase of my life right now that's filled with indecision. And it's because I have to just pick. I have to say we're going here. And then if it's the wrong one, I'll get there sooner. I can go back to the wheel of fortune. I'll at least know that. But if you're sitting there and you're just spinning that wheel of fortune and it's just going and going and going, you're never ever gonna get anywhere. Whether it's the place you gotta go or the place you're not supposed to be, you're never gonna know because you're sitting there in indecision. And you've taught me a long time ago that like the worst decision is indecision.
Yeah, indecision is the worst decision.
Yeah, so like I need to pick what my direction is going to be, and I need to start moving in that direction. Even if it's not the right one. I'm sure if it's not the right one, I'm going to learn something valuable that I'll take to the right spot anyways.
It's funny, that course I was on last week, one of our teaching points after an exercise, we do a debrief of all the exercises we do. And it was a simple thing. I don't want to ruin it for anybody who takes it after. However, it took them 2 hours to complete this thing in the middle of the night. And one of my comments to them was, in the first almost 90 minutes of that 2 hours, you guys only made 2 attempts at solving this problem, which was like both physical and mentally intensive. And in the last 30 minutes, they probably made 40 attempts at it and moved forward at such a rate, because we know the solution.
Yeah, you guys do.
We've seen it solved, but we've also seen people solve it in ways we never, find a way, make a way. We've seen people solve it in ways we never thought would happen.
Right.
However, they progressed so fast once they just started taking some action.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean, like a paralysis by analysis, like all those things. It's like, especially when there's very little consequence. There was no consequence to that. They were just, the consequence was they're going to be awake later.
Right.
It wasn't going to be like they're going to fall off the mountain or they're going to get shot
someone's gonna get hurt.
or
Yeah.
they're going to lose billions of dollars. So when the consequence is low, you can in particular start moving forward, failing forward. That's what I mean. Failing forward, take action, fail forward.
Yeah.
Because if you've taken 8 steps, if I took 8 steps before you start running and I trip, well, I still got an 8-step lead. Maybe I fall back to 6-step lead because I tripped.
Right.
But you're not running that fast. I just feel like the tortoise and the hare somewhere, I like that. I'd want to be the hare.
Yeah.
I want to be the hare. I'd much rather be there, take the chance that I'm going to lose some steam, but I'm going forward. I'm just not built to move slow.
Fair. I mean, the hare took a nap, didn't he?
Yeah. In the fairy tale, the hare loses.
Yeah. The hare loses. You want to be the tortoise, but like I mean, in that, if you want to talk about that story, both those animals they're running the race. Right. The one just has a really easy time, decides to chill, and then he just gets smoked by a tortoise. It's like, it's a little bit of that's kind of a funny way to put that. But yeah, because like failing forward is the way. You have to fail forward. If you're not failing forward, you're not doing anything at all.
Yeah, and which the tortoise is moving forward. Maybe it was a bad analogy of the fairy tale or the cartoon. I do like, and it is a good analogy to teach kids. I understand. However, I just believe that if you're moving and failing forward, failing faster for sure. Failing faster, you're moving forward at a better rate, and you're gonna solve things. You're gonna, honestly, the faster we move, with thought. I'm not saying don't do it without thinking, but you're encountering problems you just never saw happening.
Right.
And you're getting those and you're solving those.
Right.
Because you have to.
You're gonna solve them. You are gonna have to solve them at some point anyway.
Right. If I'm not moving, I can't make the mistakes that I didn't see, and that was a great lesson I had. My business and strength guy Dan Goodman always showed me. He's like WDIS. He like gives me that analogy all the time when we have our weekly calls, and it's what didn't I see? What don't I see? Not what didn't I see? What don't I see? And that, I feel like when you're failing forward, you find those things that you didn't see really fast. Right.
Yeah, the view's a little different when you're falling and you're like laying on the ground and you're all beat up and you're like, damn, I never noticed that. Yeah.
That talk about a quality for your kid, your kid to be, or my kids.
Oh yeah.
Resilience, right?
Oh yeah.
Get back up, man.
Yeah.
Get back up. Walk through fire. Come out the other side stronger.
Yeah, of course, man.
Right.
That's the way. I'm so excited for that. Like that's the part that I'm the most excited for. I'm gonna have a little human. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to have that big fat cigar on the other side of this with you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. It's gonna be
man.
crazy.
All right, to our listeners, we super appreciate this stuff. You guys have really helped us to kind of start to build this show into what it's become. Like these the morning wood, the questions that go with it. You guys have helped us to do a lot of things and give us a lot of great feedback. Please keep it coming. Kev, you are the winner if you shoot out to us on Instagram. Mike and I will set you up with some little prize, a little surprise. So if you hit us up on Instagram, if you're listening and you're following the show and you've given us a 5-star review, we will hook you up with a little bit of swag. So hit us up. And that's it. Mike, got anything else?
That's it. I feel like that's good. This is a good show.
Good show.
This is a good show.
Good show. The lighting is right.
The lighting is right. The mood is
We've
perfect.
got our 2-man set figured out. We got a 3-man set, a 2-man set. We finally got it figured out.
Yeah.
And we're going to get 45-pound plates. Table looks great.
Let's go.
All right, let's
Progress.
go. Over and out.